Hello everyone, this is Dr. Flores with Kool Derby Academy, and we are in the PMP live seminar series, and this time I'm going to record it for you because I am traveling abroad and the time zones are a little quirky. I will plan on having a live session or more as I am on the road, and we will schedule them at a different time and still record them for you. So today we're talking about closed project or phase. And I will talk specifically about it here in a second because some folks get a little bit confused with closed project or what do you mean by phase? Well, a phase has to do with what we might have in a situation where you have a large project. And I'll give you an example so that you have a better idea. But be aware that we are finishing up integration management. This is the last process in integration, lesson number 6. And we are going through all 47 of them so that you are fully prepared for the exam. This is one way to study. This is one bit of information that will help you. As you know, the questions that I put together for you are designed to help you answer more than just one particular question. The technique of being able to review questions and pick the best answer is what we're looking for. So let's get started. Okay, so the agenda is, of course, the welcome we just had, and then the presentation regarding the topic, moving on to the discussion key terms and the questions that I wrote for you so that you can have a grasp of the knowledge and how these questions might be worded on the exam. We'll have a Q&A in the sense that you can follow up with me via email, ask me any questions, and I'll respond to you as quickly as possible. I'm very good with email, so do send me any questions or information that you need for me to clarify, and we'll confirm the next meeting. I will send you an email for those of you who are on the list for the live seminar series to give you a date. If you're not able to attend, I will record it and we will be set. All right, so here's a definition of closed project or phase. The definition: closed project or phase is the process of finalizing all activities. So there are many project management activities across the PMBOK that are discussed in the PMBOK, the Project Management Body of Knowledge. And the focus is on closing or finalizing the project management process groups. What are they? Initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, controlling, and closing. These are the 5 process groups. There are 5 process groups, and how many knowledge areas? That's right, there are 10. We need to know these, right? Integration, scope, time, cost, quality, HR, communication, risk, procurement, stakeholder management. Now, I know those from memory, and you should too. And then there are 47 processes. Closed project or phase is a process. It's 4.6. Not that you have to know the number, but we have to know the processes. Well, are you saying, do I have to memorize them? I don't know about memorizing, but knowing them is important. So however you want to look at that, I don't know if it's semantics, it is important for you to know that. The key benefit of this process is that it provides lessons learned, the formal ending of project work, and the release of organization resources to pursue new endeavors. Although it is listed here as part of closed project or phase, many folks who teach these classes, like myself, state that resources are actually released a little bit earlier after executing. So maybe as soon as they are done doing the work, think about an electrician that you have for a project. They're not going to sit around till the closing process group and say, oh, okay, can I leave now? They're likely going to move on as soon as the work is over. So be aware of that these resources may not be available for you later on. So make sure that we've done the work right the first time or that we've taken corrective action. How do we take corrective action? Don't forget, we have perform integrated change control, which is a formal process by which changes are made. Now, as you can tell with this discussion, I'm linking a lot of stuff. This is what you have to do on the exam, be able to link, because questions can come at you from many different directions. So here are the key terms. The accepted deliverables. Accepted deliverables may include approved product specifications, delivery receipts, and work performance documents. The main point to remember is that accepted deliverables happens in closed project or phase. They do not happen earlier. The accepted deliverables are part of, hey, customer, here you are. Here's what you wanted. Here's the new 2-lane highway that we built for this city. And here it is. It's in working condition. Do you like it? Does it meet all the specifications, all the acceptance criteria, and so on? The customer says, yes, this is exactly what we wanted. Let's move on. Let me cut a check for all the work, or however that contract is written. So remember, accepted deliverables, we are in the closing process group. A tool and technique of this process is analytical techniques, or are analytical techniques. And examples are regression analysis and trend analysis. So regression analysis and trend analysis are analytical techniques. What do you have to know? Number one, tool and technique of closed project or phase, analytical techniques, and also examples, regression analysis and trend analysis. And the fact is that these are quantitative in nature, right? Analytical techniques, right? That tells you that they are quantitative. Finally, historical information and lessons learned historical information and lessons learned information are transferred to the lessons learned knowledge base for use by future project or phases, and they may include issues and risks as well as techniques that worked well and can be applied for future projects. Historical information is an OPA, an organizational process asset, and it is information that can be transferred so that we can apply it or use it on a different project. We or anyone else in our organization that needs this information or content or whatever it is. Maybe something went well and we want to say, hey, let's repeat that. Or there was a problem or an issue and we don't want to repeat it. That's what this means. Moving on, here's question number one. The project to create a new hotel has slowed recently because of poor weather conditions. Also, because of money mismanagement by the sponsor, funding is no longer available to pay for the project. Because of this situation, the sponsor recommends that project work is halted. However, a key stakeholder wants to keep the project alive and believes that funding might become available in the near future. Okay, so you've got a situation here. You've got first poor weather conditions, right? That's important to know, but maybe not as important as the second sentence, and that is that we have a sponsor that is not going to be able to pay for the project. So what is the best course of action for the project manager to take in this scenario? You're being asked to pick the best answer, not the right answer, the best answer. Okay, A, begin the closeout phase because of inadequate funding. B, given the recommendation of the key stakeholder, keep working on the project because funding might be available soon. C, ignore the closed project or phase process because the project failed. And D, continue working until the current funds are expended and subsequently close the project when funding is exhausted. Well, I'll tell you what, D is, let me look at D. D is scary because you're just going to keep working knowing that money's going to run out. But C, Charlie, is a problem. Ignore the closed project or phase process because the project failed. This is always a wrong answer. On the exam, be ready for this question that includes ignore something because we didn't do a good job. This is not the right answer. So ignore the closed project or phase process is a wrong answer. We don't ignore anything. So C, Charlie, is gone. Now D is a problem one too because we don't have enough money to continue until the end. Therefore, D is also gone. The problem with C, given the recommendation of the key stakeholder, keep working on the project. Okay, so that's okay. All right, let's just say we can continue working with the project. But the issue here is that funding may not become available. So it's all taking a chance. And this sometimes leads students to pick B Bravo, thinking, well, there's a key stakeholder, but do we know who that is? And remember, who carries more weight? It's a sponsor. The sponsor carries more weight. So the answer is A, begin the closeout phase because of inadequate funding. This is the best answer. Based on the information you were given, you should select A. If you made assumptions, B or Bravo might be an answer for you, and D Delta might be an answer for you. If you made assumptions, avoid making those leaps because usually the answer you're going to select is the wrong one. All right, so A, begin the closeout phase because of inadequate funding. Definitely the distractor here, ignore the closed project or phase process because the project failed. This is a distractor. This is wrong every single time. All right, did that help you? I hope it did. It was a little tricky, and this is the way the exam is written, and they have quite a few of them on the exam. All right, number 2 here. The project to develop a customized payroll system for the event management enterprise is coming to an end. The company contracted with an international company to do this work because it could not find an off-the-shelf solution to meet its requirements. The flexibility to pay contractors was an important feature for this IT solution. All right, so you've got a scenario here where a company is looking for a customized payroll system because the off-the-shelf solution does not work for them. They want some flexibility to pay contractors, and so the customization is key to them. What is the best description for this IT result? Okay, so now you're being asked, how can we look at this example where we have a result, something that was built for us, which is a payroll system that's customized? What is the best description for this IT result? All right, A, given the acceptance criteria of paying contractors, it refers to validating scope. B, given the acceptance criteria of customization versus off the shelf, it refers to lessons learned. C, given the customization of a unique product, service, or result, it refers to an accepted deliverable. And D, given the customized solution, it refers to an update to the organizational process assets. Well, this is a tricky one in the sense that you've got this given, and be ready for those kinds of questions on the exam. They're worded like this to really mess you up, right? So D, given the customized solution, D delta, it refers to an update. And well, it is a customized solution, that is correct, but it's not necessarily the best answer to say, well, we're going to do an OPA, an organizational process asset. Can you update historical information? Can you update lessons learned and those kinds of things? Sure, you can do that. But is this the best description of it? No, it's not. It is one. I mean, it might be, but it's the furthest one away from what we're talking about. The other one that I don't like is A, alpha. Given the acceptance criteria of paying contractors, it refers to validating scope. Well, it is correct that there is an acceptance criteria of paying contractors, right? That is true, but validate scope happened earlier, and it's not something where it refers to the result. Look at the stem of the question. What is the best description for this IT result? We're told right there, and this is tricky now, very, very tricky. We're told we're in the closing process group. When you're told that you're in the result, something like that, you need to make the leap from monitoring and controlling, which is where validate scope is, all the way to closing. Now, I know that's tricky, okay? Even when I look at this question, I know that I could miss this one just because there's a lot of wording that goes into it that can make you miss the question, miss the answer. All right, B, given the acceptance criteria of customization versus off the shelf, it refers to lessons learned. Well, yeah, maybe so, but it's not the best description. It's very similar to D delta because OPAs includes lessons learned. So if you eliminate D, then you would have to take B with you because they're the same thing. It's just worded differently. And one of them talks about customization versus off the shelf, which makes it look kind of right. So B and D are gone for the same reason. And A alpha is gone because we're in the wrong process group. Validating scope is in monitoring and controlling, and we're talking about a closed project or phase question. See, Charlie, given the customization of the unique product, service, or result, this is the one that kind of should tell you the answer with product, service, or result. This is exactly what a deliverable is. It refers to an accepted deliverable. So if you look at these options, you've got like the left side and the right side, what happens before the comma and after the comma. Notice that on C Charlie, what happens before the comma and after the comma is just a right answer. And that is, there is a unique product, service, or result, and it refers to an accepted deliverable. This is correct because accepted deliverable occurs in closing. Accepted deliverable in closing. I hope that makes sense. I know it's very tricky, but that's why we have these questions, because I want to give you a lot of information as to how to think through the question. Okay, so yeah, that was the answer, C Charlie. And given the customization of the unique product, service, or result, which is exactly in the PEM box stated like that, it refers to an accepted deliverable. And if you go back to this item earlier, accepted deliverables may include approved product specifications, delivery receipts, and work performance documents. So accepted deliverables is part of closed project, closed phase. Does that make sense? Now, the other ones, you can put them anywhere you want, but this is the way I look at it, that the other ones are possible as far as validating scope, but even that can't really be possible just because we're not in the right process group. But anyway, you can kind of put them in your own category. Okay, so if you do have questions, make sure you reach out to me because I'm here to help you. I trust that these are helpful to you because they're tricky. I think through the content and look at options and go back and review how you might get these questions on the exam, all with the aim of helping you. Now, don't forget that if you do pass the exam, get back with me. So let me know so we can congratulate you and get you involved as much as possible with our training to help people also become PMP certified or CAPM certified. Take the time, though, to spread the word, share this live seminar series or recorded series in this case, and share with other people, because I know there are many people who are interested in getting the certification and they're looking for a little bit of knowledge, information to help them do well. All right, so the next seminar, we will have a recording here and there, and I will try to schedule one during a weekend, maybe like a Sunday afternoon or something like that, to make sure that we go live when we can. And also, I know some of you appreciate the recordings because you're not able to make the session. So we'll see how we can do this, make sure that everybody gets involved. Other than that, keep studying, keep staying focused, and make sure you get back with me. Talk to you soon. Goodbye now.